Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. My name is Hello Good Game, and I am pleased to be your host for this Magic the Gathering Arena Deck Guide video, breaking down for standard best of one mono green elves. No one expects to lose to a mono green deck, but today, well, everyone is, except for me. We are going on a wicked tear through Platinum, which is great, with a deck that I think is really just surprising people, and that's why it's getting the win, because how can elves possibly be good? But we're going to take a little bit of a closer look today, try to figure that all out, breaking down that deck list in depth, discussing strategies as well as synergies held within, providing you with a deeper understanding of how to pilot this deck effectively, because that's going to be a big part of it, right? It's not just the deck list, but it's learning how to play it appropriately. Of course, we'll demonstrate all of that within our ranked gameplay footage, going a little bit deeper into all of that. And of course, we will conclude with our channel news and wrap up thoughts. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you want to help out. But most importantly, just kick back, relax, and enjoy yourselves. Let's take a look at Mono Green Elves in standard best of one with a 2.3 average mana value, supported by 35 creatures. And 3 non-creatures, 3 lonely non-creatures, 22 land here, but we do have a lot of ramp within the deck, and that's a big part of what we're doing is just explosive ramp, getting out ahead of our opponents into the one and only Craterhoof Behemoth, which is new for us, Intercure, which is great, and it is what this deck was missing. For 8 mana as a 5/5 with haste, when this creature enters, creatures you control gain trample and get +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Now, I know what you're saying, HGG, you said this was an elf deck. This is a beast, and, well, a big one at that, but who doesn't love a big booty? And this is going to go on top, right? We're going to go wide with a whole bunch of elves. This goes on top. The elves are like 2020s with trample, and we smash in to oblivion. So how are we going to get there? Well, it all starts with a 1-drop Llanowar Elves, 1/1, tapping to add 1 green mana. We have its sidekick here, the Citanul Stalwart, also as a 1/1 for 1 that can tap another artifact or creature you control to add 1 mana of any color. So, it does require a little bit more, but that's fine. And then moving on to our Elvish Archdruid for 3 mana as a 2/2. Not only does this tap to add 1 green source for each elf that we control, which is how we'll play the Behemoth for 8, but also other elf creatures you control get +1/+1, acting as a lord, which is great. Then we will also, alongside that, have the Leaf Crowned Visionary for 2, a 1/1, and other elves you control get +1/+1. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you may pay 1 if you do draw a card, which is fantastic. Keeping us going so we can play another elf and draw another card, so on and so forth, and hopefully get multiple copies of that in play. And then, one of the most important pieces of the deck will be the Fauna Shaman for 2, a 2/2. We can pay 1, tap it, discard a creature card, searching our library for a creature card, revealing it, putting it into our hand, and shuffling. So the first card we're going to need to grab with it will be the Elvish Archdruid, and then we can tap for a bunch of mana. And that second card we'll grab is the Behemoth. So on that second tap of it, with the Archdruid having been our first, we should be able to slam the Behemoth that same turn with the Druid's ability, which is great, and then hit for lethal. We do have some stuff on the side here that we're still incorporating. The Elite is a 2/2 that creates a 1/1. So this is 2 elves for 2 mana, which again is really, really good for the Behemoth, right? Again, really good with the Lords as well as, now this is a 3/3 and it's making a 2/2 just for 2 mana, right? So that really does add up. And, if we don't go with the Craterhoof, we can dump the Archdruid mana into the Wildborn Preserver for 2. It's a 2/2 with Flash and Reach. And whenever a creature non-human enters, you may put X +1/+1 counters on this creature, where X is, whatever you happen to pay. And if we're paying, 10 plus, that's a lot of +1 counters here, which is great and can be converted to confirm damage with the trample later, potentially, right? So, a nice alternative for us. I like the Reach as well to defend. Not a necessity, not necessarily as good as the Elite, but still very nice. Reclamation Sage proving itself today above and beyond. Sorry, I'm in the way a little bit here. When it enters, you can destroy target artifact or enchantment. That's fantastic, right? We have Up the Beanstalk, Sheltered by Ghosts, just to name a few. All of the Overlords as well, you know. So Reclamation Sage is A, an elf, and B, can remove something for you, which is fantastic. We talked about the Llanowar Elves early, the Citanul Stalwart. My camera was in the way, so just to kind of go over those again, they do tap for mana, which is great. And then, you know, probably the least useful card in the deck, Tyvar, the Pummeler. For 3, the Plumber, I mean, you know, maybe. It's me, Tyvar! For 3/3, you can tap another untapped creature you control to give it indestructible until the end of turn, and you're going to tap it as well. So a little resilience there, which is nice. And then you can mana sink into it for 5, giving creatures you control +X until the end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures that you control. You know, this was kind of what we were using in lieu of the Craterhoof before it came out. But now that we have it, you know, it doesn't really feel like this card is necessary in the deck, but it's still an elf. It's high value. It can gain indestructible. It's good in some matches, so we're running it, right? The forests are here. We're not necessarily running the cavern. That may be an oversight. We'll talk about that at the end of the video, but something that we can definitely easily change for you guys. So with that being said, we do have some suggestions to take the deck to the next level that we're going to touch on when we conclude today's video. But before then, let's showcase what this variant can do, which is nothing short of amazing, really ranking up quite successfully here for you all today. And deck list in the description below if you want to import it for yourself to the game client and try it out. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a magical day and enjoy today's gameplay. And we'll see you in a sec. Let's go! Going first, we can keep 7. Having a 1-drop is always super helpful. Into a 2-drop, even more so. An additional 1-drop would be good to play immediately, or just hold up protection, right? That's going to be okay too. This is going to be a like an Insidious Root deck, I believe. Fairly problematic. I'm gonna grab that and grab this. Here we go. Now we're ready. Rockin' and rollin'. Let's pass over. We have the Elite, which is a double elf entry. It's when we cast though, so only a single trigger off the Visionary. The Journal is a card that really never got played with. I really liked it in a sacrifice deck when we were using the Anvil. Cast and draw. Hit for 1. Hold up protection. Let's get our Shaman in play, because we will start just to tutor for the correct cards, right? So we'll need to find the Archdruid and also Craterhoof. Keep it simple. Really straightforward deck to play, and fairly competitive. It's not that bad. It's pretty good. It holds up against the other aggro decks for the most part, specifically if you get the right draw. And you know, control deck, it's quick enough to get underneath of it sometimes. There's a lot of 3-mana wipes right now in the card pool, though, or in the standard pool. So that sometimes, you know, that's a little bit problematic, but, you know, what deck is it not problematic for, you know? And they've got, that's one of those things, too, is like they still have to have it in hand, right? Because you are quick enough that if they don't, you should be able to go end game. And, you know, it does potentially have that late game slam down if you do get 8 mana against a control build, and you can just, like, Craterhoof in. But unlikely. Right, typically that field wipe happens before 8 mana, and then, excuse me, once they get, you know, a little bit further along in their mana base, they control the field in other ways, right? There's single target removal, counter spells. All right, let's take our turn. Shaman in play, draw card. It's a land, nice, thank you. I will draw a card. Losing our protection here. I think is really good value. And I'll slam in for 5. And then the Shaman is going to discard. Next turn it has Summoning Sickness right now. We'll toss our Llanowar Elf. Grab Archdruid. There's a Roots. Roots is quite good. But I think we've got the leg up here, right? Like, yeah, they're going to make a bunch of tokens, sure, but I think by then we should, A, have enough elves in play that when Craterhoof enters, it should be kill them. The journal kind of adds a little bit to the deck, being able to sacrifice. I don't mind that. And it can also, as it flips, I think bring things back from the grave, which is good for the roots as well. Pretty cool. Tyrian's Journal. My pronunciation is just so horrid. There's the Sacrifice. Mirix is any land right now, which is good. Seed of Hope. Just a land. I think it needs to be a creature card to leave, right? Archdruid out. A1 draw. Land, awesome. And let's keep protection. Do we want to play one elf? Yeah, we can. And then just don't draw. Because I need to protect the Archdruid. It's really important. And then we can slam in with the team. Pretty big hit. I mean, down to 4. How do we not get it? I'm going to shrink that down a bit, too. Aeation. Ow now, brown cow. Unique New York. We should just have lethal as soon as it's our turn, unless there's a field wipe here. They're really trying to figure it out, which I respect. I think they want like a Tyvar, so they can instantly tap the new plant tokens for mana. Yep. And there it is. Good game. On the draw, keeping 7. Hand is here. Craterhoof a little premature. But we'll try to do the best that we can, right? So we do have a really nice turn 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to rush this. Uh-oh. Don't do it. Don't do it. Save it. There's more important things to remove. And double drop. Meow. Move. Oh, wow. That keyboard so I can have the spot. We just got wrecked there, hey? More single target? Brutal. Maybe they run out and we get some draws in. All right, this is okay. We had a good draw. And for one. Hauntwood, great card. Is that an enchantment? Lord have mercy. Take our draw. Get blasted! If for 6. Hey, that's not bad. Ooh, that is though. That's really good. You're in draw. Land is nice here. It means we can I just play this and draw. Just try to keep getting as much value as we can. That way, no attack. Man, this is brutal. Two of them. Land is nice. And then I'll probably just flash in. Nah, go wide. No draw. No attack. Can they wipe the field? No. It's a good card though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. That's enough to do anything. Just play another Tyrant. Actually, that might not be great. A lot of life gain. No. Okay, that's good. That's a good move. I think we can just hard cast it though. Okay, taking our shaman too. Three mana left. I'm gonna highlight my leaf crown. Like, that's the one they should have taken, right? Still think we go for it. They could have more removal still, which is great. Pre-entry of it, of course. Oh, they do. Nice. That's very good. But I think it's still enough. I mean, last time I added it to 20, you only needed 2 sets of 10. Oh. Oh. Good game. Imagine having 2 Vaultborns and still losing. What? Going first, which I appreciate. The hand could be better. You really want a 1-drop. Okay. Ask and you shall receive. We have the Shaman. Let's throw Tyvar, and then we only need to find the Archdruid, right? Slam in, hit for 2. Not bad, not bad. Shaman in. I'll draw a card. Could be a land. Yes, it could be. Thank you. Okay, proliferating. That's fine. That discards for the Archdruid. We already have the Behemoth. And we roll out. If we can survive. Oh. Ouch. I don't appreciate that. Oh, I do appreciate that, though. You're here. You discard you. Archdruid in. Play Adelphia. No draw. Hit for 2. Oh, gosh. No counterspell even. Flawless victory. No! Okay. Still a big hit, though, for 14. Down to 2. Good game. Alright, going first. Love the hand. Let's roll out. We could use the Shaman to tutor, right? But, I mean, you know, 1.5 the puzzle's already here. I appreciate that. Oh, that's... and you immediately redeem yourself. Yeah, I know. This part's gonna kind of suck. Oh, I can't tap it because it's in tapped. And I didn't even attack. It's out of anger. 1 spell a turn, that's cool too. It's hit for 5. It's my go, did you know? I wasn't sure. They let me know it was, though. Hey, Maya, did you know? It's our go. It's our go, Maya. I'm just having some fun. Did I have something else to do for a second? Was it I had a few seconds to check my imaginary watch to see the time. Some people have no patience. Dude, just wipe the board. Use your field wipe. Let's go. Oh, I was just kidding. And typically I would leave. But they're just so toxic. I've muted them now. I'm not going to leave, though. Like, specifically when someone's toxic like that, right? You can take 2 turns and hit me with the token. Well, you gotta take lethal. Not good game. You get the field wipe, but you don't have, like, it's not like we were taking long, you know? That we were quick, and because you were so upset with us not even taking long, then I actually do take some time so you understand what it's like. That's, you know, what's going on there. Good game. Aside from that, and I wouldn't be resentful if you could conduct yourself just a little bit better, homie. We could be friends, but you're acting like a, you know. Woo! We can keep 7. Hello. Pretty good hand, I think. We might get wrecked. If it's like a turn 2 sheltered by ghosts and they're on the play, I would just scoop up, right? Just like cry. Well, no, you do have Reclamation Sage in deck. We could get a little juice out of that. I think I want a double drop. Right? No draw. And then they're going to take the Visionary. It's bait. It's bait. With the, I think they want a double strike pre-life game. Sheltered by ghosts, right? But as long as they don't take both the Stalwart, another thing, or the Elves, we're okay. Right? Like, this should be fine. And now we've dealt with this card. Yeah, we're going to get hit for 6. That's not ideal. But it could be worse. It could be worse. Oh, just 3. Well, that's a pleasant surprise. There's no... You give it trample now, I'm going to be disappointed. Save that Monstrous Rage for later. Okay, land out. Sage in. You already know. And you can protect the mouse, but can you protect just the ghosts? Typically not. It's a little bit harder to do. Thank you for my card back. And, yeah, let's keep applying pressure. No draw available here, but still filling out the field, going real wide with it, right? Dealing with this sheltered by ghosts is just chef's kiss. The Sage can also take out a Beanstalk, which is nice. So it's fairly well positioned, not to mention the Overlords. People don't like when you make a good play. They're like, I use a meta deck that wins every game, and when you interrupt that process, I'm going to have to think about it for a bit. I get it. Gotta have a little pout. Absolutely. Treat yourself. Throw a little fit. Toss your bottle on the floor, you know? Throw your soother at the monitor. I'm just kidding. No, I get pretty salty some days too, you know? It's hard playing this game. Like, you play the world's best deck, and then, like, Mono Green Elves comes along and stomps me. It's just like, what is going on? They could still just, like, one-hit us, though, right? Like, Ethereal Armor is pretty scary. 4 lands, 3 left in hand. I don't like it. And I'm pretty sure one of them's a Monstrous Rage. Okay. This was an Offspring. Moose. Well, not a mouse. I say moose. Like chocolate mousse. But like the cake, right? But now I'm thinking of like a Canadian moose, right? I guess other countries have moose as well. All right, let's slam this down. I'll decline. Slam this instead. Look at that board state, baby. It's a lot of defenders, man. We need to dump mana into the Preserver or get something else. Okay, so it was just protection. It may not have been a Monstrous Rage. If they overextend, we smash so hard. Two cards in hand still. Count 19 damage. I don't think they have anything. I was worried they could push it up, or else I would have double or triple blocked there, right? We need an elf on top of this. So I've got to draw it now, because the elf we play on top probably won't have flash. Ooh, that's bad. Okay, good, 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 good. I gotta put in some damage of my own. Just slowly work it through. They just take it. They're not gonna do anything. I mean, that's cool too. I actually really appreciate that. It's like flash speed that could get us. And I hope we'll get them. The meese, not moose. Yes, okay, the meese. The mooses. Here comes trample. Here comes double strike. There's 9. Double draw here. It enters. Takes action. X equals 6. And then just get in front of it. There's no way they push above 16. They don't even, okay. They're just going to take the 1, which is good. The double strike, like, they can just blast through. Okay, land out. You're in. Let's double draw. Decline. Druid in. Tap you. I guess let's just push through the deck. LOL. Oh, there it is. Decline. Let's go to London. Decline. We'll attack. Good game. Oh, that's a lot of damage. We were able to navigate there, and the Reclamation Sage, I think, kind of winning us this match. Get the helped us receive the Lord back in play. Got rid of their lifelink, which would have been massive gains for them. And we hit for, oh, must be 100. Dang, dude. We've been winning a couple matches today here, huh? Alrighty then. Always thinking of an improvement when I do my own deck tech, which is funny. We were like, oh, well, maybe the Cavern could go in here. It is a tribal deck, HGG. So let's put that in there. I'm not going to put it in the description list, but you guys can add it easily. Other things, we've got the Stalker is a 3/1 elf for 2 with Toxic 2. Cool, but, you know, it's as useless as Tyvar. Loamspeaker might actually be worth something because it, A, is an elf, and B, can tap for mana, which is great. That's very, very good. The Archer, I don't mind either because it's got the Death Touch. Now, that's quasi-removal, right? No one's attacking into a Death Touch creature. Having everything tap for mana through the Vitality. Not an elf, though. Gwenna, an elf tapping for mana, would help the Behemoth, but nah, maybe too slow. Visor to top deck elves in play, that's fine, but the Visionary's good enough and probably better. Elves are cheap. You can reduce the cost of them with the Defiler, but, you know, how many non-elves could we possibly run? I don't think we want to run any. We were running the Charm until we decided just to, you know, play the Sage instead. The Reclamation Sage is fantastic to destroy artifacts or enchantments. You don't need to exile them, whatever. And the fight effect is cool. Maybe you do run this in the deck. Like, let's drop Tyvar maybe and run the Charm. That's totally possible. Maybe we just run 4 Reclamation Sages too, right? The Silverback Elder, destroying enchantments, gaining life, playing lands, not an elf. And then Primal Might, I like to fight, but I don't think we need to fight in this deck. We'll just smash through with Craterhoof, right? The trample's fine. Genesis Wave, kind of cool potentially with the Archdruid, but I think we're far better off just to tutor specific cards with the Shaman and the Cavern we just decided on. So I was kind of like making this a mono green deck, but then I was like, well, we've got all these elves in here. Why not make it an elf deck? And then the elf deck just started performing so well that here we are. So this is my mono green elves deck for all of you. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to add maybe a Cavern or 2 to the list if you want. Maybe scrap Tyvar, add another Sage. Maybe a Charm could go in the deck as well, potentially. Because it can tutor as well, right? It can search your library for a creature card. A good alternative to the Shaman, and it does do the artifact enchantment, which is nice, and fighting if you want, but who cares? So that's not bad, or maybe even the Archer, I think, is acceptable and maybe better than Tyvar. That's what I'm bringing to the table. Let me know in the comments what you think of all of this. Thank you all again. Have a magical day. I'll see you soon in the next. Do take care.